all this Vaush content. I think I'm a Vaushite. So this tweet is of this video, which is referencing Vaush watching Luna Oi, who is, I think, a socialist. I don't know exactly what her positions are. And he's criticizing her positions. And basically he's like, oh, you're stupid and wrong because your positions are stupid and wrong, right? And then we have Noah Sampson here, who is Noel Miller's editor, saying, I recognize on some level how spicy branding on videos is good for the algorithm, but like, come on, what the fuck is this? Can we not? I feel like this is a big problem with, unironically, a lot of white people. Criticize minorities. Just do it. Just criticize them holistically. It is a very freeing exercise. I do it all the time. I'm not white, but I do it all the time, right? Mainly because you have Dr. Umar types, you have Tariq Nasheed types, where they can use their minority status as a shield to prevent you from stepping any further. It just gets infiltrated into a lot of pro-black spaces who might even be progressive, but they're so pro-black and anti-white that they'd much prefer to side with him, even though he has a horrendous viewpoints, right? I feel like this sentiment is very similar to the scenario here, where he isn't attacking any of Vaush's points, which you could attack Vaush's points here, which I agree you should. But he's more mad at the fact that someone is criticizing and Vietnamese woman. I think she's Vietnamese. I don't know exactly. And we go down in the comments and it gets spicier as we continue on. You know, I don't have a lot. Shut the fuck up. So we have someone commenting saying the Professor Fowler's debate, he may be right, but SFW? I realize he's fixated on the abstract potential of this Nazareth vortex, but we ain't there yet, not even close to being a dick. And Noah responds, he was also wrong in the Professor Flowers debate, lol. See, look, what I just said, you should be able to criticize minorities. So the Professor Flowers debate, if you haven't watched that, Jesus fucking Christ, that shit was a train wreck. Black people took an L with that debate, mainly because all she was talking about was whenever Vaush would bring up a point like, hey, you know, maybe you shouldn't be racist to white people, or hey, you know, you should treat white people and white supremacy as different systems because you understand that black people and criminals aren't the same thing. So white people and white supremacy aren't the same thing either. But she kept conflating the two. She kept saying you should have the option to possibly maybe kick out your oppressors. By oppressors, she means white people, and was just being anti-white instead of pro-black. Because that's one thing I hate about like a lot of people who use their minority status to shield themselves from a lot of criticism, is that they would use that minority status to then in turn be anti-white and say that's being pro the minority status that they are, which is not true. I mentioned before, you can't maintain a position if you're just attacking a group of people. You have to have points that you defend yourself, points you stand for in order to stand for something. Because if you're just attacking something, you just mean nothing. It's ineffectual. Anyone can attack anybody. It's irrelevant. So we have here, keep going. Vaush, genocide is bad. Well, let's not be hasty. I mean, who are we to decide what marginalized people should do? Then Noah Sampson replied, autonomy is not autonomy. He thought the capability of genocide, that isn't a statement of morality, but a fact, but it's why Professor Flowers is right. So basically here as well, what he's trying to say, I'm gonna give him the most charity. What he's trying to say is that Professor Flowers' main argument is that if you have been colonized, you deserve the right to retributively fight back and garner back the land that you lost by any means necessary. That's her whole argument. So when he says Professor Flowers is right with this statement, he's meaning that people who have been suffering from massive oppressive movements deserve to fight back, fight the man. If this actually happens, because we remember the Xander Hall debate I just had a couple videos ago. If you were to enact Britney's policy and have all white people own the land that they're in now and kick everybody out, the amount of effort, work, and money it would take to even implement that, and the amount of carnage that would happen because nobody's gonna be fucking too happy to move out of the homes they spend their hard-earned money earning to leave, right? Because someone wants to make sure the race looks around them. That's fucking insane. And it's the same on the flip side. I'm looking at the original video tweet itself, and we have a lot of people that quote tweeted him in the actual comment that I mentioned before. We have people responding to this one. So we have Dylan Burns saying, uptight Noah Sampson nags by Vaush's hard work, creative outlet. Okay, I will say this. Unironically, you should be able to make fun of minorities for having stupid opinions. Hot take. Hot spicy take. You should be able to criticize people who aren't white for having bad opinions. If you criticize them for being not white, then that's bad. But if they have shitty opinions, don't fucking care. Just jabbing at the opponent, making sure that you when you click the video, you're like, oh wow, why is this person so stupid? From this clip here, this specific clip, we have Luna Oi posting a clip out of a 2-hour Vaush video, which, Jesus Christ, that sounds torture, of him laughing at something Luna Oi says, and then the moment Luna Oi brings up her grandparents getting tortured, he stopped laughing. right? It's clear as obvious as day. And if you see it as any other way, the video is right here. It is a bit weird trying to spin it off as you can't make fun of minorities. You can't criticize them at all. Anything minorities go through has to be understood as the worst pain in the world. Like, bro, like, listen, can we please, for the love of God, stop treating non-white people as if we are just second-class citizens. Treat us like normal people. Criticize us like normal people. If we're stupid on opinions, call us stupid. If we're smart, call us smart. Don't, whenever someone criticizes us for actual opinions that we have, don't all of a sudden just go, oh, well, you know, I mean, hey, that's really weird, because you ever think about what they're going through? Like, bro, this never happened, never applied before. I've seen multiple instances where people would just dock someone's name because they called someone a slur on TikTok. The whole zeitgeist, the whole paradigm shift of this entire culture is changing in a sense where it's like, we're starting to see people become passively racist towards non-white people because they don't treat them as regular human people. They treat them as like a little bit under because they've been through some trouble. Fucking ridiculous. Long story short, moral of the story, make fun of minorities. That's my whole point. There you go. Yay. Also, have arguments that actually attack the things you're against. Don't attack things because they look stupid. Explain why they are stupid and express your beliefs on top of that to amplify your argument and to make it more sound. That's basically it. All right, guys, let me get off Twitter. I gotta go outside and touch your ass. See you.